So folders are the one level of organisation that this system has. We decided to keep it very simple, and the folders have a prefix, and that prefix is the start of the numbering of all documents within that folder. Not saying that you can't overwrite that, but that is the vision. There's an owner for each folder, which means they have access to edit and change that folder settings. And on the folders view here, we can see how many are active documents, how many inactive documents, how many are for approval, for review, and how many are currently rejected. So it's a good little overview. We can add a new folder, click there, and then we come across this thing called a grouping label. So as you can see in the background, operations is an example of that grouping label. So anything with the same label will appear in the same section. We put in our folder name, our new prefix, and our owner. Then we have some settings that apply to all documents within that folder. So the first one is any user can view or download the documents, or only specific users can view or download the documents, but they must be users of the system. The next section, external access. So if you say there's external access, it means that people on the internet can download. So that is people who are either within your IP address range, or we have a separate satellite server that allow you to securely share those outside of your system. So we can say that you can only access externally when you're logged in, or when you're within the company's IP address range. So that's your internet addressing. Or when any user on the internet without an account, so if they click on the link, they won't be asked to log in, it will just serve them that document. And the permalink on that document will change depending on which option you've selected. And then for those documents, what is the approval type? So we could say only one approval is required. So if you have 3 approvers added, only one of them is required. Otherwise, all approvers are required, means that all 3 of them have to approve before the document goes live. So those are all of the settings within a folder, and that applies to every document within that folder. So let's go and have a look at a folder. So we can see those are those details we've just gone through, and you can click edit to change those details. There's a little drop down here which allows you to see who has changed that folder in the past. We then have our folder access list. So based on these who can view it, we can click manage, and we can see here there's a nice easy matrix to update. So you tick all the people that have access. Obviously, if you've said anybody can access, then you don't need to worry about this access column. Notification, so who gets notified when a new issue is available. Who can update the documents within this folder. Who can approve those documents. And then finally, who gets notified to review those documents when the time comes. So once you've changed that matrix, press save, and then everybody is in the right place. So here is a list now of all of the documents. So what is the latest revision? But what level is that document approved to? So this document is currently awaiting approval. So we have our numbers in order, and then we have our titles for those documents. When you click this button here, it downloads the latest approved document. So this will be the version 5 document. You can click that link to go and view all the revisions of that document, but only if you have admin access. By default, people generally only have access to the latest document so that people only use the latest document. If you want to add a new document, just click Add Document there, and then you can follow that form, which we'll come back to in another video. So that is the folders explained. So the folders are a single level organization structure which provide the security settings and access settings for all of the documents within.